Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Daniel Malara. I'm here with Edge as a support team member, and I'm going to demonstrate a little bit about Duress Mode and what this new feature is and how to use it and why it matters. It's a pretty cool feature, and we put a lot of time into making sure that it would work. Thank you. Wonderful. Beautiful. And so essentially when I have my Edge app here, I will be able to either put it into duress mode before I travel, or if I'm ever in duress, I can put it into duress mode with just a simple duress pin anytime. And let's see here. Yeah. So if I go and start talking about how much money I have, like this $2 million of crypto here in my wallet, and then it's like, she's got, okay. My so here, pin.
What's your pin?
Pin.
What's your pin? Otherwise, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. The pin. 7, 3, 6, 9.
You only have $100 of crypto.
That's right, because I put it all onto the exchange the other day.
Okay, I'm taking it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful assistant, Elizabeth. All right, go ahead to the next slide. Just a short demonstration about what duress even is. So we've put a lot of time and effort into creating duress mode, brand new feature, and not a lot of wallets have it yet. And it's sad because this could be a very useful way to travel to any country without having to worry about someone putting you in duress and taking your crypto. You'll feel like James Bond after this. Okay. And that's fine.
Traveling, or if you're ever under pressure. Stay protected, choose Edge. Crypto just got a panic button. It's called Duress Mode. One pin for your full account, another pin for a decoy account. Use it while traveling, or if you're ever under pressure. Stay protected, choose Edge.
I like that little commercial. All right. Okay. So now, when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, typically you don't want to reveal to anyone how much you have ever. But if somehow somebody maybe gifts you some cryptocurrency publicly, which I even heard Ross was given a crypto donation recently of a large amount. And so having such a situation can be a little bit putting you on edge if you don't know how to protect yourself in the best way. So typically this will be happening, let's say if you're going traveling and you're going across borders and you don't want to reveal how much money you have to anyone, and they might ask if you were ever put in a duress situation. Now, if you were taken by a state level actor and put into a duress situation that lasted a month, maybe this wouldn't work. However, this is more for like a real-time threat. So maybe even if you were in the airport and the TSA were somehow asking you for your crypto, it would work in such a situation. Let's see. So quickly to define duress mode, stealth login feature that Edge created allows you to enter a decoy account using a separate PIN that's designed to look and feel like your regular account. When duress mode is active, your real wallets and balances will be hidden from your primary account, and this duress mode PIN will unlock a sub version of your account. There's kind of like a folder within the account, and it hides all of the assets that you don't want to show when you're in duress. The transactions are real and verifiable on chain, so this duress mode, it's not like it's a fake account. It'll hold real money. It's just where it's designed to not hold all of your money, just the part that you're willing to I guess, expose to an attacker and hide the real values that you do have. When you're entering into duress mode, there's no sign or way in which you can tell when you're entering the duress mode that you're entering duress mode. So even if someone had an intimate knowledge of Edge, there's still no way to tell whether or not they're putting in the duress pin or not. That's like a brain password almost. The Edge accounts in your app remain visible and maintain realism, so duress mode must be activated with each account that you want protected. This is if you have multiple accounts. Okay. So why is it important? situations where you don't need to protect your crypto from hackers. It's more about the threat that's right in front of you. And this isn't something that we're well practiced in or we have many experiences in. So it's even something, once you download Edge and play around with your settings and maybe turn on Duress Mode, you may want to even practice that Duress pin once a month and maybe even practice leaving your account in Duress Mode, which when it's in Duress Mode, even a biometric login like a Face ID or thumbprint would still enter you into Duress Mode. The only way out of it is to input your actual correct PIN again. And so you can have this persistent duress state that kind of protect yourself if someone was ever going to take your phone and force your thumb on it or something like this. So this was something that was requested by high net worth individuals that using Edge, and they wanted this peace of mind. This reflects real threats faced by Edge users globally and aligns with Edge's core mission of privacy, security, and control of your assets. We've been pushing real hard to make sure that you're remaining private, secure, and safe with an Edge wallet. Okay, so I went over a little bit, but this is how Duress Mode works. You'll first sign in, log in, create an account, and you enter the Duress PIN to enter an already decoyed account. Duress PIN, yeah. So your decoy wallet, when you're inside of it, you'll be able to make real transactions that'll hit the blockchain, and it's not like there's any limitation to the ability to broadcast transactions or any way in which the attacker would be alerted to this not being a real situation. For all they know, this is all of your crypto. You would exit by logging out and then re-entering in with your normal PIN. So when I'm in my Duress Mode and I log out and I thumbprint to get back in, immediately I'm back in Duress Mode. I would actually have to cancel the biometrics and maybe if I even put in my real password after that, it would still go into Duress Mode. And so the only way to get out of it is to go back and use your authentic PIN. And this is kind of a clear trigger so that you have control over whether or not you're in duress or your full access to your account. Okay, so typically we're talking about self-custody versus exchanges, where an exchange is not the most secure place to hold your crypto because it's not your keys, not your coins. But when you are self-custodying crypto and it is your keys, this is where you may, if someone knows that you're self-custodying, this is the situation where you could be put into duress. So while traditional self-custody protects you from online risks, Duress Mode adds protection when handing over access may be unavoidable. While traveling, crossing borders, during protests, checkpoints, or arrests, if someone's watching you unlock your device or wallet, and as a part of a personal safety plan for cases like robbery, threats, or physical violence. Usually people will be asking you to log in for your, they might say enter your PIN, or if they take your phone from you and ask for your PIN or biometrics, essentially, no matter what the situation is, it's configured so that you're able to effectively access Duress Mode and stay safe. Okay. So core benefits of Duress is its realistic decoy interface. Looks and feels like a real wallet and actually could even be used as a real wallet. You might as well load the Duress account up with several assets and make it feel like a real small fish kind of wallet. And that way, this is not my whale wallet, this is my little fish wallet. And that's all I am. I'm just a little fish today when I enter Duress. So it's still fully self-custodied as a sub-account. These accounts within the Duress Mode will show up in the main account too. So it's not like you're losing access to these funds when you're not in Duress Mode. Zero third-party access, that's just basic for Edge. Nobody can access your funds. It's your keys, your coins. No indicators of duress state at all. When you're in Duress Mode, the only thing that's different when you're in the account settings is that the changes don't take effect. So all things considered, if they had you go into account settings and change Duress Mode or change the password or change the PIN, it would look and feel real without actually changing any account settings while in Duress Mode. Another little nuance to it. It still supports all the chains and all the transactions that a normal account would. Okay, so important user tips for Duress Mode. It's a little bit unwieldy. It's not like something that your average grandma may know how to use off the just off the bat. So it's something you want to kind of take a second to learn, sit down, and really wrap your head around how this works so that you're operating it fluidly. So only store small, non-critical amounts in the decoy wallet, and that's so if you're under duress and they want you to send everything, you're not losing everything. So it must be activated individually for every edge account. I don't think that many users will have many edge accounts. On my phone, I have maybe 20 edge accounts, and I don't have them all in duress mode. But I suppose if an attacker wanted to put me in duress and they saw how many accounts I have, maybe I should put them all, or have a duress pin set up for each of them. Biometric and password logins won't exit duress. I covered that already briefly. Essentially, all that means is that the only way back into your real account is the real PIN. So as long as the attacker doesn't have any idea that there is another PIN and that you know what the real PIN is, there's no way they're going to be able to force you back into the real account. And yes, practice your duress PIN twice a year. I would say even more than that. I feel like it's handy to have the sub-account feel like it's almost a regular secondary account, so that you're feeling comfortable with it. I could have 2 accounts, or I could have a duress mode and have that be maybe my standard spending wallet, and then I'm just leaving it in duress, and then occasionally, if I ever need to do a serious big transaction, then maybe I'll move into my full account. So essentially, don't make it unwieldy. Practice it and use it, and it ends up being a useful tool. All right, so yeah, when privacy isn't optional, duress mode is your edge. I'll be happy to take questions, because I know it's kind of unwieldy otherwise. If anyone has any questions, please feel free. Yeah. Hey. Test, mic check, 1, 2.
Testing.
Got it. Thank you.
So I was just following along, and I was trying to understand how the private key system works. So it's based on a password. Are you abstracting the keys away? Like, is there any way I can expose those for myself? And are they shared between the secret and the regular wallet?
The duress mode?
Yeah, right.
All right, awesome. Great
Duress mode.
questions. Yeah, so one of Edge's founding principles was to help users do seed phrase management without exposing them, maybe due to improperly backing them up. Of course, you have access to your keys. It's just you would be per asset. So you don't have one seed phrase for every asset in Edge. Okay. Your username and your password is like the encryption bucket that holds all of your private keys for every asset you spin up in there. With that said, you could tap into the asset and export master private key. That's where you'll find the seed phrase. And that is something you'll have to input your password to reveal. And
Got it.
And there's no way to copy it. So you have to, we're trying to encourage you to air gap it a little bit there in that moment.
Okay, cool.
And,
Thank you.
Yeah, and then for the duress mode, yeah, same keys. Everything is the same in duress mode or not, except duress mode is essentially a subfolder allowing you to limit which wallets are seen while in duress compared to your full account. So when I move back into my full account, every wallet I've set up in my duress account is going to be within my main account as well. So you're not locking the duress mode money away from you. It's more that when you're in duress, you're not revealing your whole account that you've been using.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Very cool idea.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of like phone a friend feature that goes along with this? Like, by the way, this person unlocked duress mode. You might want to do something about that.
That is a cool question. Yeah. Now, the way that Edge is working is that it's a crypto wallet without having any external access to email, phone, nothing like this. We're really trying to make sure that it's privacy first, so that there's no connection to your name or your person, even to the degree that we're not sending price alerts to your phone while you're not in Edge, because then there's a unique ID that's associated with you and your phone, and we could, starting to expose which assets you hold as a person. And so a lot of privacy focus means that there's no way for the Edge app to broadcast to the clear web, I guess you could say. Yeah. But this is a great idea, and maybe a panic button, something else to put in there. Yeah, please.
Okay, if you go into duress mode, let's just say hypothetically you've got $10,000 worth of crypto. Let's say your duress mode makes it looks like you have 100. Can the person steal the 100?
Yeah, that's the idea. You want to put in only an insignificant amount or a lower amount, so that when you want them to get away happily, and you have your kneecap still.
So they think they got your $100, but you really had 10,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Duress Mode is supposed to be money that you're okay to lose so that you can escape a rather, hairy situation. Please, go ahead.
Oh, I have more of a comment than a question.
Sure.
There's news today. There's another wrench attack in France today, and that makes 10 this year in France alone. These wrench attacks are becoming incredibly common. If you're the type of person who comes to an event like this, where you're talking about crypto and you're using crypto, these is a pretty safe group of people, but just in general, when you're going around wearing an Arrow or Bitcoin shirt or something like that, you're putting a target on your back, and more people are catching on how to do this. So I'd really encourage people to take advantage of this. Edge Wallet's the only one that does this. This is a new innovation from them. Just another reason why Edge Wallet is the best wallet out there. So go check it out, guys.
Thanks, Daniel.
Sounds like another reason for nationwide constitutional carry, but
Yeah.
so I used crypto back in the day quite frequently. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I've really dug into it. I mean, I still keep whatever I have from the fests, but in the event that you do lose your whatever the device is, just seed phrase backup. So make sure you remember your seed phrase as usual. Like, how do you recover the other coins that are on the other wallet?
Got you. Yeah, and now we're talking into Edge's encrypted backups, which essentially allows you to use your username and password to hash and encrypt all of your private key data so that if you need to switch devices or maybe lose your device in the ocean, you would be able to restore those private keys with your username and password on a new device.
Okay, perfect. Because I recently I couldn't charge up my phone anymore. I'm like, crap, I had to get a new one. So
Yeah, and
everything's
so
done.
the other part of that is a two-factor authentication code, which if you don't have, then it would take you a full week to get back into an account from a foreign device.
Okay,
So
cool.
there's some nuance to it, but the account's pretty hardened and still allowing you to back up and restore your wallet.
Perfect. Yeah, I think Paul helped me set up that the 7-day thing earlier. So
Cool.
awesome.
Very good.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man.
You're welcome. Amy.
Hey, so Duress Mode is amazing because, we're seeing this in the news with the wrench. So
Recently, a lot.
is it possible to have multiple Duress Modes? So like if someone's like, okay, but you only have 100 in this, that's not enough. Give me your real one. And maybe have another Duress.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I guess you have to consider what kind of situations you might find yourself in and maybe what level you're at in the public figure standing. If somebody knows who you are and what your net worth is, and they know that you're keeping all of the funds in Edge. There's some plausible deniability because who knows, like I said, I had just moved my funds onto the exchange, right? So it's not necessarily to say that I have all my funds in Edge. But yeah, you could say there's some nuance there with how realistic you create the act when you're in duress. You can have multiple layers of duress, that's true.
I think it's an outstanding idea, but also, how much money do you carry in your physical wallet? Most people don't carry $10,000, and I wouldn't want that much even in an Edge wallet. Most people, $100, $200 is enough to get you by, and you can reload it. So I'd be careful.
Yeah, no kidding, for real. And when you're carrying a large amount of money, some people only feel comfortable if it's in a hardware wallet. Now, I've worked with Edge for 2 years, and I'm competently using the app such that I feel like I can use it so well that it's almost akin to a hardware wallet. So with that said, my dad has 4 Bitcoin in his Edge wallet. There's some people. Dad, set up your duress pin, quick. Yeah, but no, there's no need to fear, especially when you have Duress Mode available. It gives you the option to walk confidently as if you don't have that money in your Edge account. But yeah, that's part of it. So thank you all for your questions. That's my time.